So if you're like me and you've got a lovely Samsung Gear S3 Frontier or the sports model, you're probably really happy that there's now an update which allows you to do lots of extra little features and things, but it's more of an application kind of update. So application pack, meaning we get different features, different things, and it looks a little bit different as well. So let's get into it and see what's changed. So we're going to go over the changes today to the Gear S3 Frontier, and it works for the all Gear S3 models as well. Update 3.0.0.1, the one that actually fixes the battery updates and things like that as well. So a few little changes you're going to notice from the other software that came with this is the new software gives you lots more features on the control panel area. For example, here you can now have 8 little sort of shortcuts and you can change them really easy as well. So say for example, if you didn't want that one, you can just click the little minus there, that disappears, click the plus that you've got, and then basically you can go and add a new one in there so that you get different options. Press the back button to go back, and you just get more information there, so you get obviously the different battery options and things like that. Now we're into battery options, and obviously we've got power saving, so it's pretty good, but now they've introduced these extra features, power saving mode and watch only mode. So bear in mind that obviously this battery is worn down by 2/3 already. It's still saying on watch only mode you'll get 13 days left out of it. Watch only mode is exactly what it says. It is just going to be a watch. No notifications, no GPS, no alarms, no voice controls, no kind of sports or activity monitoring, nothing like that whatsoever. It's just going to be a watch, and it'll be off until you press and hold the button for a couple of seconds, and then it'll come on. So great feature if you are nowhere near a phone signal and you want to preserve your battery. Obviously an ideal way to do that, and preserve some battery life. And then your apps basically are the same as before. They've just updated some of the icons and some of the features in there as well. Some of the health features and contacts and phone records. Some of the other features as well they've added is the ability to change your watch faces slightly better as well. In that you can either view them singularly or a little turn, you can scroll through them, or if you turn it quickly then you get 4, or again you can turn it quicker again, and then you get 7 on the screen, so it allows you to scroll through them much easier, and obviously choose which watch face you want. If you've got a favourite watch face, say for example that one there, you can now see there's an option there to share that watch face with other people. So there are lots of widgets to go through. You can create reminders on here now. You can view your latest step counter. That will obviously give you details of how many steps you've climbed each day down the bottom there. The altitude and barometer screens slightly changed as well, give you a little bit more information. Listen to music. It now measures your heart rate in real time and then stores that data so you can view it at set intervals during the day. There you've got the app shortcuts. By simply clicking and holding on them you can change those, edit them, so you can work out which bits you want on there or don't want on there. And by pressing the middle one takes you to the usual shortcuts. You've then got calendars. Now you can actually go in now for the first time and set a new calendar. So go in the top there and type your event, and then basically once you've done that you can say what times you want it, whether you want a reminder and a location as well. Click save for that one. You can add an alarm in there, a bit more information about workouts if you do workouts, and extra workout options now within the health app. So for example, you can now choose between running, walking, cycling, and just kind of like select those to say yes, I'm off doing a walk, so monitor my walk until I tell you otherwise. You've got a summary information screen about how many calories you've burned so far, how many floors you've walked up, your heart rate and your step counter, and then the weather app as well on top of that shows how much rain you're expecting today, a brief overview of highs and lows temperature, how much sun you can expect, obviously your current location, and then you do obviously tap on it, get your own little forecast, and then the option to add more widgets. And there are plenty of widgets to choose from. Again, you can have your contacts on there, news briefing, Samsung Health about caffeine intake, your calories, floors, just to let you know specifically about how many floors you've climbed, food, So for example, if you want to set up each time you eat a meal, you can go in there and say, I've just eaten 310 calories for my lunch or my breakfast, and set that in there so you can keep a track on that during the day. The water widget again is for just cups of or glasses of water intake during the day. You just have that on there, and every time you have a glass of water, hit the plus and then it'll count those up for you. And then the world clock is the final one. So you can only have 15 widgets on that screen. Now obviously having all these widgets in there means that it can get a bit busy, and there might be a certain order that you like. All you have to do is get one, drag it over, and the blue dot's going to represent where it'll appear. There. So I've got the weather and then my health status screen. So that's how you change the order of your widget screen. So other than that, I can report so far that since the update, my battery life hasn't changed. So the .1 update is very important. Make sure you choose that one. And I just also wanted to say, you know, this now is a year old, and yes, there's some tiny marks on there. Let me just clean the screen up. You know, the screen's got some tiny marks on it, but there are no major scratches on there, and there are no scratches around the bezel or anything like that really. There's some tiny marks, but nothing major. And this is a year old now, so you know, personally I think that it's doing really well for being a year old, and the condition it's in. You know, I think it's fantastic. It's really holding up to it. Again, like I say, a year old, and the battery is still doing exactly the same, 2.5 to 3 days battery life. Yes, I don't have the display on all the time. As you can see there, it does time off after a few seconds. But I do get a lot of phone calls which I answer on here, and a lot of notifications during the day. I do often check the weather and my apps and things like that, so it does get an awful lot of usage, and I'm really happy with it still. Thank you very much for watching my video today. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and if you like this type of content, why not check out my channel and consider subscribing too. Until the next time, take care. Thanks for watching. Bye.